Alrighty, we left off with descriptive statistics of the mass and mass. We have the mass here. So what I want to do now is I want to go ahead and draw a distribution curve. Okay, and it's going to be a normal distribution. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and type in N-O-R, normal distribution of the ball mass. So that's that. Okay, and maybe I'm going to go ahead and become a little bit more descriptive here where I have mass. I'm just going to go ahead and type in ball because that's actually what we talked about, and I should go ahead and do it here too, because in the future you might want to say, well, the mass of what? And so you never want to get hung up on that if you're giving a presentation. So the normal distribution is going to be the following formula, and this is going to be equal to N-O-R, norm dist. So if I look at norm dist, we have the returns a normal distribution for a specified mean and standard deviation. And let me see what the norm dist S is. Returns a standard normal distribution as a mean of 0 and a standard deviation of 1. So we're just going to use let me see what this one is. That's the old one. What about norm? Returns the inverse standard normal. Okay. All of this stuff is interesting. I just, now I'm actually looking at it like, hey, let's look at it now, Okay, so enough of that. Let's just go ahead and go up here. We're going to use norm dist. I was just really kind of investigating it at the time. So we're doing normal distribution of the ball mass. So the x that's in this equation is going to be A2. And then A3, and then A4, and A5 as we drag down. Now the mean, we only have one mean, and that mean is $C, $2. Next we have not that one. It actually needs to be, so it's not the letter mean, the word mean, it's actually $D, $2. So see how we change that? Now the dollar signs are there to hold that value for every calculation that's done. So as we drag this down, if we didn't have those dollar signs in it, you're going to get errors, or you're going to have errors. So the standard deviation, we want to do the same thing. Dollar sign, and that's D5. So we're going to say D, $5. And then cumulative is just false. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the check mark. And this is the probability of 13.6 occurring. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill this, throw it down. And now we have our ball mass and we have our normal distribution. So what we want to do is we want to select both the ball mass and we want to select the normal distribution of the mass. And when we do that, we want to chart it. So I'm going to go to Insert. I'm going to select on Charts right here. Then I'm going to choose XY Scatter. So with the XY Scatter, I want to choose this smooth curve. All right. So this is going to be the normal distribution of the mass. One of the things that I want to do real quickly is I want to go ahead and label this chart. And so we want axis titles, primary horizontal, and primary vertical. And so this is going to be so let me move this over. Alrighty. So this is the normal distribution. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and, oh man, what is happening here? I'm going to delete axis title here, and I'm going to put in ball mass. And I also want to put in the unit that we used, and that's going to be in grams. I want to get rid of my legend, and I want to do the axis title over here. So this is actually the normal distribution of the ball mass. It has no units, okay? And so I want to go ahead and give this a different name. And I'm just going to call this one probability of a ball mass, probability of a ball mass with ball mass occurring. So I'm just going to go with that. I'm just trying to give it some kind of title. If you come up with one that's better, then go for it. So we have this little squiggly line here, and what I want to do, I want to go ahead and I want to select on that. Well, I'm going to sort it, but I wonder if I can change my my actual axis. Let me check styles here. And it doesn't look like I can change my axis there. And what about alternate text? Nope. So that's about all we can do with the chart. I guess we can go to types here. Nothing I can really do here. So I have to leave it like this on the iPad. Okay, so what are we going to do? Now we want to order this from smallest to largest, and I am just going to select these two columns, and then I'm going to select this funnel in the upper right hand corner and then say sort ascending. Now there's a problem that just occurred. It sorted the actual label. We don't want that, so I'm going to go to the undo icon in the upper left hand corner, and then I'm going to select a few of them and just throw, well, I'm going to grab this and throw it down. And once I throw it down, I should be able to sort ascending without the title being a problem. And if we look at our graph, this is what we have. Okay, I'm going to consider 17.4 an outlier. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove it from the data set. Cut, or I could just say, let me do copy, because I still want to keep it. I don't want to necessarily say that, you know, we didn't have this, because I want to make a point that we're going to remove it. So I'm just going to clear that. So instead of leaving it all the way down there, I'll just cut it, and I'll take it up here and type in outlier. Out. And just paste it right here. Oh, where's my paste? Where is it? All right, so I have that right here. And I'll just go ahead and put a thick outside border around that. And I'll put one, I'll merge that and put one around that one as well. So these are the outliers that I'm removing, and you'll see that the graph is pretty smooth. Now I'm going to stop right here because I'm going to continue to work on this